Alright guys, welcome back to Salt Lake and welcome back to the Max Duty Day channel. Back on the ground here at Alpha 3, we're going to cruise on down to Phoenix. Take another flight. Little look around, now we're back at PAX Sims, Reno. There's those ATRs. I'm sure they're not being flown, they're being sold, but they're parked there. Just kind of looking around. Delta hangars. Anyways, yeah, I know, lead-in lights all the way to the gate, huh? Low-vis taxiway routing. Probably not the most realistic thing in the world. But they're there. Let's turn on geo-reference. We should be right over here at Alpha 3. There we are. And let's jump in and grab a dispatch real quick. We'll delete the old flight. We don't need it. It's back in 9/17 November AirCal Heritage Jet. We'll go out as 545, continuing. Salt Lake to Sky Harbor scheduled. Alright, first thing we'll do is plan the flight. So winds, current winds right now 070 at 3, looks like gradually becoming into the south flow. That's what they were earlier. Probably 1/6 left again. Phoenix going to be in west flow. It looks like 10 miles there, 10 miles here as well. And we'll just take 110 down, 5,000, and cargo should be fine. And contingency fuel, if, whoops, 30 minutes there. It should give us a ZFW of 121,669. Yeah, so we'll be a little bit light. And I'm obviously going to edit this route. We're going to be RNAV all the way, as we usually are. We want a southbound RNAV, so let's have a look at the charts. So there we are off the 16s. Coaldale, if we were going over to Northern California. Bryce Canyon's probably going to be us. Eventually, yeah. We'll just change this out here. That should change the route. So then we can jump on J11 to Navajo, Q35 to Drake, Victor 27 to Mare, the Brucer 1. That's the northbound RNAV there. And I believe we'll take that at Watro. We'll just double check our charts here for Phoenix. Brucer 1 or maybe Tents. See if that puts us closer on our Great Circle. No, not really. That goes off track. It's going to terminate at Drake. Let's actually take it at nothing. Oops. So what we probably need to do is just direct from Bryce Canyon into tents. So we'll take out J11 actually, and we'll build this. There we go. So Bryce to tents. So one departure and on over to the arrival. So we'll build that up. That looks fine. And let's see, we said west flow, so we'll take a 2-6 landing. There's that. Let's take Gateway as our alternate. And we'll take that direct from Phoenix. Obviously it'll be via mist, but for planning purposes that's fine. We'll compute that up. And we'll run takeoff data here. Flaps 5. Alright. So release fuel is going to be 14,155. And it's going to be at 390. So we'll do a takeoff 2. No assumed temp. 135, 136, 141. FAR reserves are 3.7. And we can run landing data now. So great circle distance 443, our flight plan distance 454, total air distance is going to be 498. Full flaps 40, runway 26 at Phoenix. And auto brake 3 gives us a 6,100 foot margin. That's fine. We can apply that, and that will yield as no surprise. VREF is 133 and approach is going to be 140. That's right here. Average wind component, we're going to be looking at a 34 knot headwind, averages all the way. So our top of climb winds are 236 at 66. We're going to be ISA -4, it looks like. We're minus most of the way. We're +1 out of on the departure. Brewster's +7. Alright, so descent forecast. First one is, remember there's only 3 in the 37, so first one is 240 at 76. That's going to be at flight level 340. Next one's 270. 240 there at 57, about a 36 knot difference. And 200, we'll take that's fine. That's 233 at 42 knots. So that'll work there. Let's update the flight plan with the performance data. Okay, we can release the flight now. We can send this to TOPCAT for payload. There, populates that. It's shown as our ZFW is 123. So I've got, there's difference in weight. And that should be 175, I believe, for the 7.3. I have a feeling the baggage weights are off too. Nobody knows what that really is. It repopulates to 121,669. That's right on the money with what I've got. Now the PMDG FMC is not going to have that, so we can go with our numbers. That'll be fine. Taxi fuel 10 minutes. Trip fuel is going to be 68.45. Remaining 70.60. Fuel on board 14,155. That's correct. Our alternate's Williams Gateway. So 8 and 102 is going to be the PAX configuration, 36.59 and 39.81 for cargo. And you can see we're within limits. That's all we need that for there. I'm not going to run takeoff performance data. I already got that. And we can file that now with Vatsim. And whoops. That's what I want there. No, that's not what I want. I want, the time is 02:29. I want to be off by 03 actually. And we're looking at an hour and 16 down to Phoenix, 241 on board on the fuel. We're a slant Lima, 545's IFR, the chair speed of 454, and the weaves, I don't even know how to pronounce that. In any case, Bryce Canyon transition direct tense to the Brucer 1. So let's make sure that that does jive up with our ATC flight plan. There we go there. That is correct. We are a Performance D American operator, American Airlines operator. That's our registration. All good to go. I will file this. Here we go. On file for 2 hours. We are all set. We're dispatched there. We know we're broadcasting. And we will fly now. So that is all set. We're not quite done yet. We want to export this to the aircraft. And we'll be done with PFPX. All green, all set. Keep meaning to get rid of those extraneous flight plans. And we need a little light in the house here. There we go. We can align the IRS both sides. Emergency lights can come on. Yaw damp can come on. Window heat can come on. Packs to auto. 390. Whoops. There's that. And let's see, what are we going to select? Oh, the good old RNAV-Z. That always works. Take that from Zerlo, obviously. And TDZ's 1135. Men's RMP 0.11, we can do that, or 1490. RMP2, 1590, that's for the straight in. It's 355 above the ground. All performance categories are 1 1/4, and the missed approach to 5,000. Voila. And I said TDZ was 1135. 150 will work there. Scanning down and back up and down and back up to the right. Dual bleed system. We're good there. Oh, that's the floods. Get our lights all set up. Turn up the backlighting. That should be enough there. Oops. That's fine. We might as well set 2200 here, 122.8 here while we're here. Turn that on. Connect up to the network. 545, that's all good. 738. Let's make sure we didn't spawn over anybody. There's some traffic over there. That might be AI, so we'll double check. That is not. That is actual. What he's doing over there, I have no idea, facing that direction anyways. Don't care. Alright. Good to go. Let's brightness is all good there. Before we do that, let's set up payload. We said 8 and 102. $36.59 and $39.81. There's our cargo, and we just need to throw in release fuel here. 14,155. $8, 102, 36, 59, 39.81. Okay. Pausing at Salt Lake. Both GPSs are in agreement. We'll take the left side. And grab our company route. Should be the only Salt Lake to Phoenix one in there. Can execute that. I'll pop that out so you guys can see that, and we'll try to audit the route as we enter it in. What did we say? 16 left was going to be the runway. Can activate and execute that, and I'll double check Vatsim weather. Make sure it matches up with what we're seeing in the real world. So 070 at 3. 10 miles, few at 12,000, broken at 180 and 230. We've got 13 minus 7, altimeter's 29er, 9er, 9er. Our alternate was Williams Gateway. If we have to go mist, we'll take that via mist. Six left. Weavix 6, Bryce Canyon transition. We can execute that. That's interesting. Arlen. Just out of curiosity. Huh. Okay. Whatever. Brucer one's us. So we're going to come right down here, right to Juris, to Zerlo, and on in. And too bad that doesn't support moving maps. So we're going to be in RNAV Z26. Zerlo and Brucer 126. What do you guys think about that from tents? That should line right up, right? Alright, let's go pop this over into plan mode. So 164 is our heading initially. We have no ATC online. We'll just go roll all the way up to 390. Do here is also bring up that so we're gonna go out Bryce, so at 14,000 here, mandatory 280 at or below 16,000, and resume normal speed after gelatin, I guess. In any case, back over to the taxi diagram. It's below 160 here. Bryce, direct tents. On into the Brucer 1. Oh, now that's interesting. Oh, vectors. So why that really doesn't line up with Juarez, I don't know. We'll take out vectors. We understand that it could be tactical vectors. See, that right there is kind of garbage. They need to get their shit together. We're actually going to take that at 220 and before. Oh, well, no, we want, actually 210 if anything. In any case, we'll smooth the rest of that out as time goes on, so that's kind of weird how that's done there. I'll go ahead and set up my ethos here. And we can go into the performance and net now. So CI 25, we said 3.7 were the reserves. And we're 390 tonight. Cruise winds are 236 at 66. And ISA ISADEV. No, that's ISA. That's not our dev. And that was -4, so that's not correct. The temperature is 13, though. Okay. And we're 121.669, so we're a little bit heavier. We're going to derate with no assumed temp to take off 2. Acceleration height will be 1,500. This will be an NDAP 2 noise abatement. Cutbacks off. 070 at 3. So 136, 142, that's close. Put 142 in the speed window. Alright, we'll set up the MCP. And the MIP, go to RTO, flight director's on here, VNAV and LNAV and auto throttle are on. We'll check the PFDs, auto throttle is armed, LNAV and VNAV are armed mode also. V speeds are there, we're in takeoff 2 on the ICAS. Niner set the altitude indicated on both PFDs and they're in agreement. Alright, EFIS MCP, MIP, and CP setup, CDU pre-flight complete as well. We're ready to go. We can let's get the APU and get ready to get out of here. Anything else I forgot? Turn on one fuel pump there. APU bleeds on and ready. We can request boarding. Did I open up doors down there? Whoa, that's a little bright.
Hello.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard.
Alright, we can go on APU gen.
Hello.
Baggage loading in progress. Might be a little shy of that departure, maybe. So 16 left's going to be right up here. We're going to push nose right, tail left. Guys load already? We still waiting on the... I don't think the bags have come. How far do they got? How far do they have to drive? Here's somebody driving, and they better not be coming from all the way. Baggage loading in progress. There they are. I thought I heard them driving, man. It took them a while. All right. What's going on out here? My bag's coming or what? Come on. That much. Just a little dab here. Should have started that boarding a little bit earlier. We're going to be a little shy of that top of the hour departure. Oh well, that's all right. Burning that APU fuel, aren't we? Cancel recall. Trim up. That'll work. While we're waiting on those guys, I'm going to customize this GSX position. Loading complete. That's not what I wanted. Oh, it says airline codes. I don't know why it's not... Alright, so that's good. We can start and get ready for push. Close the doors. Go to legs page and press push. Well, it looks like it's going to be a straight push. Not sure why. Okay. Oh, shoot.
Locking gear. Departure check completed. Live has been inserted. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Alright, rise in oil pressure, looking for 26 and 2. We're going to monitor this push a little bit.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brake set. we go. Go on gens. Isolation to auto. And
Unlocking gear.
APU off, lead off, packs to auto.
Tow truck disconnected. Flight nuts being removed.
Not quite sure why the MCP doesn't have any flood. Seems kind of weird.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Oh, there we go. Alright, we set flaps 5. 1, 2, 3. GSX says have a good trip. Bye-bye. There he goes. Taxi light on, flaps 5 in transit. Something triggered the brake. I don't know why that happens sometimes. And let's look at our taxi route here. I believe that's Echo or Fox. Alright. Say we get out of here, huh? We have to cut this turn a little sharp. Pull us to the right, which I have no idea how to fix that. Stop here for a second. Just want to make sure no other aircraft are in the way. I think this scenery's a little dated, but one thing, Prepare 3D definitely. I don't know if it's Prepare 3D, if it's in the shaders or the, what do they call it, the PBR materials, but the night lighting definitely needs to look a heck of a lot less vibrant. As you can see, things look quite a bit cartoonish. Winds are still calm. Think no flight plan there. Okay. Want to make sure I don't run anybody down. Left on the ground, 1/6 left on the signs, runway 1/6 left verified. Takeoff thrust. Let's keep it in the roll here. 6 in 1. 2 good engines. Takeoff thrust set. There's 80 knots. Positive rate now, gear up. Pitch for the flight director. Auto brake off the slot. 400 feet now, we can engage the autopilot. Something's not right. Let's try this. Try this again. Start to accelerate. That was a little tough for some reason. There we go. We're in climb now. Coming up through our up speed. That'll work. I'll take the legs page and we'll put progress on the FO side. At or above 13,000. We're going to make that. We're going to reduce. We have a speed restriction of 250 at or below 16,000 for a little ways here. Mandatory 250 at or below. Zobi was 14,000. Okay. So we're holding at 1.4 now. We're at or above 1.3. So we're going to maintain this for a little bit. Looking out the front. Hey, Gemini Jets and FCAM, how's it going? I'll pop this out so you guys can see a little bit. We've got Myra coming up in 2.3, and we got to need to be at or above 13,000. We're holding at 14 now, which meets this crossing restriction at Weavik, and we need to be below 16 and a mandatory 250. So we're still flying the departure there. Show you where we're at now. We're right here flying southbound all the way to Phoenix, and nobody really in the way. Delta 556 is inbound. He won't be a factor. I'll be well above cruise. ATC's we should cross into ZLA briefly, I believe, so we'll have ATC there. So we're live on Vatsim. Current pitch mode, ZNAV path. Laterally, we're in LNAV on speed, FMC speed, because we have these speed restrictions on the departure. Provo is just off to the left front there, and we're in climb 1 indicated on the ICAS there. Look to the south, or I'm sorry, to the west, flying south. And the mountains are there off to the north, coming across Utah Lake right now. By this time, I'm sure ATC would say delete the speeds, but we'll just let it go here. It's only got about another 8 miles, 8-9 miles, and we'll be unrestricted from there. So, still on local altimeter there, making a slight right. Picking up 20 knots now off the nose, wind-wise. Coming across the lake there, that was Provo Airport you saw. Not much else going on. So VNAV should pick up the rest of the climb here to keep us below 16. Gee whiz, gonna it's pitching for speed now, but it's gonna quickly realize it needs to slow that down, slow that descent rate down. There it comes. You can see it's bringing the power back. Auto throttle is bringing the power back. So there we go, we passed that. Help out VNAV. So we're pretty much unrestricted now. The FMC should repopulate here, I believe. should allow us to go all the way up to 390 at least for 132 miles. There we go. Kane 1A, thanks for the follow. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm trying to look at it on the iPad here. Oh, we can set standard. Kind of wondering if there was a better arrival. Take the Mare 5 at Corker. That might have lined up a little bit better. Boulder City, I'm thinking these line up with Vegas arrivals. Transitions. So that's expect ILS 25 left 256, so maybe not. Actually, both those arrivals are. So I probably actually should have came in on the Mare, probably. Not that it matters a whole lot. Just kind of thinking belly might have lined up better with Zierlo, because that's also the... we can program it. Leave it for there for a while. That'll be fine. Alright, so we're off a few minutes past our the time we wanted, but no big deal. It's 0319 now, have you on the ground at 0438. So about an hour, 20, hour and a half-ish. Top of climb coming up here in 95. How did TCAS get taken off? Check to make sure everything's good on the stream. It looks good. The LA Center's on 25.8. Put that in the standby when we skirt his facility. There's the eastern boundary. One other thing I want to do is look for a take probably B8, B6 or B10 for the B gates. So we're going to shoot an RNAV approach to 26. Right now, while the airplane does its thing, I'm going to run and grab some water, so I'll be right back. All right. I turn the taxi light off. Doesn't matter. It's in the wheel well now. Bryce Canyon in 81. Have a look around the world here. It's like Page there, St. George here. It's flying straight south. It's beeline for Phoenix. Denver to Salt Lake? No. No, I changed that. So thanks for tuning in on Twitch also. Got to make a return somewhere. Set those. So for the approach, we're going to shoot the RNAV RNPZ. Took a look at this before we left, but we're going to be we can do RNP 0.11. That'll be, we'll set actually 0.10. That gives us a decision height of 1490, 355 above the ground. All categories of aircraft is 1 1/4 required. We'll fully meet that. Missed approach to Ogil at 5,000. That'll be off 258 degrees. If you're RNP2 or RNP3, these mins would apply to you. We're going to take it at zero. We'll actually take a tactical vector. I'm not going to actually fly out to zero. I'll kind of cut it right along through here and then make a right turn back westbound, and we'll take it at Sarun. That should be more than fine. So this is we are compensated, so we'll be flying this. We do not fly this in the approach with the radio altimeter rather. Sorry, it'll be flown in Barrow. Anyways, that's pretty much that. We'll be on the Brucer 1 from Tents. We're just going to slide right on down here, turn eastbound, make a right 180, and we'll take 26 right here. So that's the plan. LA Center hasn't pinged me. I wonder if he will, actually. I mean, he might, depending. He might not even want to bother with me. I don't know. We'll see. But he's the only controller on right now. So, nobody really in here. Looks like Alaska 816 en route from Denver. He's at 36. We're at 39 right now. And he's going Denver, Vegas. So that's pretty much a look around what's going on. Other controllers, Fort Worth's on, Monterey's on, Jacksonville, and Piarco Center. Some island action going on, huh? Yeah, we got Nairobi. They're getting in on the fun. I don't know if they, looks like they had some aircraft there. Going to Seychelles. Hong Kong's on right now. We got Brisbane and Brisbane Oceanic. Tasman Flight Service. And looks like Honolulu's on. So a little action tonight. Not a whole lot. If you guys have any questions or whatnot, feel free to throw them up in the chat box there. got one more day off tomorrow. I'll be back in flight control on Friday, off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, back in flight control also. So looking forward to that. Yippee-ki-yay. Got about 333 to go. Top of descent's coming in 149. Still looking at a 0431 arrival, so just about an hour away. And we'll be all set. So far, no. Getting close to his northern boundary there, northeastern boundary. Kind of looking forward. I'm not a big Texas guy, but kind of I think this look is going to be looking good. This Austin scenery. I kind of like these smaller airports in flight sim, especially if you've got you know, if your computer's not the greatest. You know, these usually perform a little bit better. You can get larger, small aircraft into them. But anyways, Austin's on its way out with SODI, obviously, SODI Jetway operation. So it'll be another nice little destination. You know, I like the Renos. You know, I like big airports too, but usually the more scenic approaches are the smaller airports. So, you know, I like going up to Bozeman, Jackson Hole by ORBX, and Glacier Park by Turbulent. That's another really good one. Shoot the RNAV Zulu runway 20 approach there. Takes you all the way around. Just skirting the mountains on the inside. Kind of roll out on final. On short final. For big airports, FS Dream Team, Denver is actually a good performer. You obviously get nice scenic terrain in that area. Eagle's another good one. There's a ping up from LA Center. And we'll give him a contact. Yeah. Give him a howdy doody. Good evening, LA American 545 390 smooth.
American 545 Los Angeles Center, good evening, Hawk 7141.
7141 for 545. Oops.
LA Center, Southwest 366 at San Diego, ready for taxi.
Southwest 366 Los Angeles Center, runway 27 taxi via Bravo, squawk normal.
27 via Bravo, squawk normal, Southwest 366.
American 545, radar contact 7 miles north of the Bryce Canyon VOR.
Hey, Abusus Games, how's it going? chats at once on one device. Yep, American 545, we're in AirCal Heritage Jet. There we are. Vivian Ghost, thanks for following. I think I'm trying to read. I'm looking at this off my iPad, so if I mispronounce that, my apologies. But thanks for the follow, man. Not much shortcutting LA Center can do to help us out, so we'll just transition their eastern sector, and they'll hand us off back to advisory unless Albuquerque. So far, Albuquerque's not on, so we'll just transition right on through here, and that'll pretty much be that.
American 545, cross Panto at maintain flight level 290.
Panto at 290, 545. Top of descent 105.
Southwest 366, runway 27, clear for takeoff. Wind 260 at 6.
427, clear for takeoff, Southwest 366.
Controller sounds familiar there, Daniel Everman. Ninja Boy Gaming, hey, how's it going? I have not learned Airbus yet, so I can't say. I've always flown Boeing in the sim. I'm debating when to pull the trigger on FS Labs Airbus. I may wait till I get a new PC, but then again, I may not. So I have no idea. I know they're both fine aircraft, but you know the old saying, if it ain't Boeing, I ain't going. Oh, thanks for the sub, by the way, I just saw that. There's just a lot to learn, and I kind of took a hiatus after I stopped developing for FSX. And that was
Southwest 366, radar contact, stay altitude.
That was during the beta. When we closed up shop, I got out of simming altogether.
Southwest 366 is 1,100 for 15,000.
So got back into it.
Southwest 366, climb maintain flight level 400.
Got back into it a few months ago when
Maintain flight level 400, Southwest 366.
Prepare 3D version 4 came out with 64-bit. that was the thing that pushed it over for me. Because I did a lot of long hauls. I just did CTP 2018 also, but I also run a lot of add-ons. As you can see, all the add-ons I've got going on here, I'd easily hit that 3 gigabit cap. So no, don't do X-Plane 11. Haven't done that yet. Know a lot of guys that do. I'm kind of hoping the developers, they've been hinting at, I believe, that PBR, like FS Dream Team in O'Hare. So I'm hoping it takes the realistic environment look and brings it into prepared 3D, which is, to me, where more of the immersion factor is. I think.
Southwest 5634, Orange County, respect, being team, ready for taxi.
So I'm kind of hoping that
5634 Los Angeles Center, runway 20 right, taxi via Alpha Lima, cross runway 20 left at Lima.
Kind of hoping that the
Going to be an Alpha Lima, cross runway 20
that the
left at Lima.
the X-Plane style environment sort of creeps its way into X-Plane when we get the best of both worlds, or sort of creeps its way into Prepare 3D rather, and kind of get away from these vibrant, cartoony colors that we've had since, you know, FS 20 years ago, that we still have now. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's just something in the terrain and the maybe it's the auto gen that X-Plane that just throws me off. It looks too symmetrical. But the hazing modeling and the night environment, I mean, you just can't beat it. The lighting in X-Plane's phenomenal. So I'd like to see that style make its way into P3D. I don't know if it ever will. We'll see. 70 and some change. 71, yep. So we're going to go ahead and set mins for the approach. So 1490 we'll set on both sides.
Southwest 5634, it looks like, or it appears so, you've turned on the taxiway kilo. Are you going to be able to make it with the amount of runway remaining, or do you need full length?
No, we can make it. Southwest 5634, we're waiting tonight.
Southwest 5634, runway 20 right, intersection kilo, clear to take off.
In any case, as far as aircraft goes, I try to like to
Southwest 5634, right?
really learn a couple at a time and get proficient with it before moving on. But with PMDG 748 coming out, I don't know if I'll ever make the transition over to Airbus. And if Quality Wing 787 comes out for P3D4, I just don't know if I'll have time or not to try to make that leap over to Airbus. We'll see.
Southwest 5634, radar contact, stay altitude.
Southwest 5634 in 1,000 or 5,000.
Southwest 5634, climb and maintain flight level 380.
With the flight level 380, Southwest 5634, thanks.
So we're at 346Z now, and we're still looking at 0431 arrival. Top of descent, 53. This descent is it's going to be still in his sector, but I'm hoping he notices. What's going to happen is I'm going to request to continue that descent with the arrival so that I don't have to quickly jump down through 5,000. The LA545 request.
American 545, go ahead.
Yeah, traffic permitting if it's not an issue. Before your sector handoff, we'll be on the Brucer 1. We like to just continue to descent with the Brucer 1 so we don't get caught in a altitude restriction off the handoff.
American 545, the intersection that I'm telling you from is actually past the border, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, 545, no worries, thanks.
No problem.
Thanks, Abusus. We try.
Southwest 366, cleared direct. Direct scatter.
Direct scatter, Southwest 366, thank you.
Alright, so we got men set 1490 for the approach. Good there, we'll monitor the Brucer 1 on all the way down. Yeah, we should get a sector handoff, so what I was calling him up about was between Pants and Dutty. I've got 20 miles, but I don't want to be riding through the rest of his sector before the handoff. And then he cleared me down to 290 and then all of a sudden have to roll down 5,000 feet in like 5 miles and not make those restrictions. So, anyways, he's assured me that that shouldn't be an issue, and we're about halfway through his area there, and we should be. Hopefully, we'll be fine. If not, we'll just deal with it. Miles to top of descent now. So we're 37 out of tenths, and we'll have 18 to go for Pants, and then I want to start, I just want to have VNAV continue to calculate that all the way down. So that's the plan. Kslc-Kphx here coming up and Sedona coming up. Be making our way down to Phoenix here. Like I see Prescott coming up here at about just under 80 miles. So PFPX said we were going to be 133 VREF, and it looks like we might be that, or maybe even 132 by the time we get in. We'll turn off DME updating. Preparation for the arrival, or for the approach rather. Getting ready to cross his, getting ready for a handoff to advisory. Albuquerque is not online. Seattle, Tacoma to Portland. Wonder which it is. Via Phoenix? Okay. Alright. Starting our descent now.
American 545, leaving my airspace, radar service terminated, change to advisory frequency approved.
Yeah, work advisory for 545, yeah, good night.
You too.
Alright, so we'll just continue the roll. Taking all the way down. I like to fly unaccosted, thank you. Alright guys, about another half hour and we're on the ground. We're in the descent now. We're descending on the Bruiser 1. Making a slight left now. Alright, so we're on vertical, on horizontal, we're just fine. R&P is not more than half of our A&P is not more than half of the R&P. So we're good there. Go ahead and ding dong and flight attendants, tell them to wake up. Wake it on up, wing lights can come on. There they are. Nice little crescent moon right there. Throttle's going to arm mode. We'll still stay laterally on LNAV, and pitch mode will be VNAV pant at 290, and then duty between 240 and 290. So we're going to take us off progress mode and put us on page 4 progress with monitor for any cross-track or vertical deviation errors. Once we get closer in, we'll set R&P 0.10 here and 125 over here on the vertical side. No tuning any nav radios for this kit. No, thank you. I don't even think I've touched the nav radio in this thing in like a month. I don't know how many flights, or the course selector for that matter. So we hit that pretty much on the money. We'll go ahead and throw up the VSD and we'll just make sure that that flies fine. For some reason I get the spinning wheel of pain there when that happens, but we're right on the money here vertically. VNAV's doing a nice job there. Throw our lights on so we don't forget later. Probably be a good time to check some weather. 330 at 7, of course, got to be a frickin' crosswind. Oh well. And the altimeter's 29 or 9 or 1. That's now set. 190 and 250. VNAV should relax that descent a little bit. Looks like it's stopping at 1900 feet per minute there. There it goes, kicking back up now, and you can see the indicator there. So 22 to go for Mare there. Still looking good. Coming up on Prescott there below us, you can kind of see it. Those city lights are kind of dim. Anyways. Like we'll make Mare on the restriction there just fine. 270, we're holding 268 indicate. No need to speed intervene. We'll have Brucer at 250 knots between 13,000 and 17,000. Have a decel point coming up right here, as you can see, to hit that speed restriction at Brucer. Looking good. Go ahead and set the R and P in, and the vertical. So we don't have moving maps on this, but we're inbound Mare right here. And Brucer's next right here. Then we'll take this track right here for 26 and the other westbound parallels. We'll be on the north side here, 26. We'll fly out to Juarez and in there. So I'll modify that a little bit. I'll probably take that straight out, 079 degrees, 080. Instead of up to 0. So, or maybe I'll just let it fly to 0. Who knows? Throw out the brakes a little bit here. We're still on track vertically, and horizontally we're looking good. And we'll meet that speed restriction at 250. Thanks, Peter Troy. appreciate the sub, man. We're flying an RNAV arrival and a RNAV approach today. We're going to do the RNAV Zulu to 26 into Phoenix. Oh, that was my 100th sub too. Nice. Thank you. We're making our way into Phoenix currently right now, not too far out, and currently only 100 out actually. How about that? 100 sub and 100 miles out. You came in right at the right time. So about another 15 or 20 minutes we'll have you guys on the ground here. We'll throw on terrain now. We're coming through 18,000. I'll pop this out for you a little bit here. Deer Valley's right here if you can see it in all the mess coming in from the north there. Still right on profile. Our A and P is well underneath the required navigational performance. No cross-track or vertical deviation errors here. We're above the terrain and we're approaching Brucer now with the Brucer 1 arrival. So we'll need to be above 13,000 and below 17 as we're looking right there. And we're holding 250 nicely to meet the speed restriction. So we had ATC for a little while now. We're out of their sector. Albuquerque's still not online. Here's us right here. I usually stream on my off days. I work in flight control for a fractional carrier. So I'm usually streaming Wednesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I don't have a set schedule next. After Phoenix tonight, we'll probably cut it off. Come back on tomorrow. Maybe we'll do Phoenix up to maybe Jackson Hole. I've got ORBX's Jackson Hole, and then maybe Jackson Hole over to Reno or something. PAC-Sims Reno. So maybe do a little three-legger. So get some interesting approaches. If Reno's in North Flow, we'll fly that RNAV-Z to 34 left, and that takes us right around the north shore of the lake. And man, it's an awesome. It's flown with radius fixes, so it's pretty cool. Jackson Hole, obviously, any direction there's nice. We can do Glacier Park also. I've got PAC-Sims Glacier Park. That's a wonderful arrival. Or we could do Bozeman. I don't know, I might let you guys decide that. I'm going to change this to 250 in the 4. Hopefully that'll clear that error out. I don't know why it even got that anyways. We're at 250, so. Should have the valley coming up here pretty close. You can kind of see the interstate coming in here now. Take another double check of the weather. Still 330 at 7 altimeter, still 299.1. Severe clear basically at Phoenix, 10 miles visibility. kind of got back from the East Coast, did cross the pond 2018 on Vatsim into Dulles. That's it. I've got Fly Tampa's Boston, FS Dream Team's Dulles. I know there's some scenery out there for Philly, but I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. But we'll keep that in mind. We'll try to pop the stream on sometime around noon Central Time. That's about that should be 17Z. So if you want to set a reminder, I'll do that. I think we're. So here's Deer Valley here, and here's Flagstaff here, by the way. So we're about to get a little busy, although not too terrible. So between 12 and 13, we're hitting that just fine. And there'll be Xylab at, Nitty between, just past that. So Xylab at 9. Sorry, I kind of lost track. Unable 250. We're at 250. I don't know what the problem is. Again, I'm going to help this out by putting a 230 and before here. And it's already rolling that down there. So I'm not too concerned about that. We can lose that 20 knots. We'll do the same thing here. This helps smooth that out a little bit for them, for VNAV there. Lights are on. So Deer Valley here, Flagstaff here. Thanks, Peter. Glad to have you, man. Must be drawing scenery in. There's the Wheel of Death there. There's Deer Valley right here below us. Roger that. Yeah, 3.7, you just can't go wrong with it. There's lots of good scenery right now for that, for this type of aircraft. That makes simming a lot of fun. I love the big iron, but it's just a lot better, I think, airports for right now for FS for this. Yeah, West Coast is my favorite area. I mean, I'm from the West Coast. I'm from California originally, so I like anywhere west. All right, so Cuckoo, I believe that, or yeah, Cuckoo. We're going to be 210 at 7,000. VNAV's trying to catch itself here. It's going to relax that descent. And you can see it's bringing that profile right on there. So we're all set there. 210 is going to be close to our up speed. And there's Sky Harbor right here. So we'll throw on the RNAV-Z. Here's the approach. Here's us right here. And we're going to come out to Zerlo there, more or less. I may change that up a little bit. So here we go. We're going to throw the boards out a little bit, get us down to our up speed. Yeah, roger that, Peter. You probably already guessed this is PMDG, by the way. I know it's a little dated, but it still works great. So, kind of hoping their secret project after the 748i is a 3.7 Max. If it happens to be that, I mean, that's going to pretty much set the community on fire, I think. Go into the turn here, an obligatory wing view. Right over, and we're just south of Scottsdale there. Go and throw in first notch of flaps, flaps 1 on schedule. So I'm actually going to take over after Juarez there, as far as the heading goes. We're going to go into heading select horizontally. The reason being it's going to keep us a little bit out of the way of that terrain. We'll just take a parallel downwind track, throw in flaps 2. We're at 180 now. I'm also going to speed intervene. I want to keep my speed up on the approach a little bit. We can still stay in VNAV. We're at 7,000 now. We need to be 7 or above it to run, so we're more than fine there. What I'll do is I'll up select to run as I make that right-bound turn, or that right-hand turn. So Sky Harbor just to the right rear of the wing. We're going to FS Dream Team's Phoenix, by the way. Right now our horizontal track error is going to pop up because it thinks we're going to Zerlo. I took those vectors out purposely. I think I'll have enough room to make that turn back into Sarun without any issues. So, but we're just going to keep that speed in. There's, I think that's Falcon. I can't remember. Mesa, Falcon. Normally we would turn right inside this airport here. But I'm kind of flying this modified full procedure from Sarun. I could probably take that out and take it at Togre, but we'll just leave it this way for now. Put in flaps 5. We're going to drag our flaps a little bit on this. If this was the real world, ATC would probably be hating me right now. I believe that's Gateway there. That's our alternate airport. Williams Gateway. Yep. Need to keep an eye on this terrain a little bit. So there we've got Saran. I can go ahead and start making this turn. Then I'll get a little fancy here as we complete the turn a little bit. And I'll up-select it, go back into LNAV. There's our airport there. So here's something you can do. Up-select Saran over the same waypoint. It smooths that out. We can go back into LNAV. We'll keep the heading in just in case there, and that makes for a somewhat okay intercept. We'll stay in speed intervene here. So 7 or above. VNAV should catch itself back up. There we go. And tow dray at 5 or above, so. Now that's still a doable intercept, more than doable. We'll call it the modified RNAV-Z for us. Williams Gateway right here, that's our alternate airport for any reason we had to go missed at Phoenix or the weather was below mins. No cross-track or vertical deviation errors any longer. We'll double check ref, now going to be 132. And we'll put us back over to page 4, the progress page. We make our inbound final approach turn. 7.4 to tow dray. There's Falcon there. Go ahead and pull terrain off now. Just save frame rates. We're in the single digits. Not great. Tow dray at or above 5. We're looking good there. Dalek Can. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. So we're back right on vertical track there. We'll go ahead and roll this down to 170 now. And we can take flaps 10 and we can put the gear down. Here we are on the RNAV-Z right here. We're geo-referenced nicely. The initial fix is tow dray. We're just getting ready to cross that right now. Tow dray at or above 5,000. You can see that here. Thanks, Dalek, for the sub. Appreciate it, bud. We're on the RNAV Zulu to 26 into Phoenix right now in the Sky Harbor. Speed down. VNAV will catch itself here and put us back on profile. How much latency? You mean frame rates or... Oh, sorry, I've got that on. Frame rates, excuse me, hovering in the single digits. As far as the latency on the stream, I'm not sure. I'm using XSplit. And now that I'm in the approach, I'm going to have to focus here a little bit. So I usually tend to drop around like 3.3% or something. It's 1080p. So I don't claim to be an expert at streaming, that's for sure. So I have the runway here, 26. Here's the 25s there. Slow down to V approach 137. Still no cross track or vertical deviation errors. We're looking good there. 2500 check. We can go full flaps. We'll arm the speed brake. Flight attendants prepare for landing. 3,000 or above at yoke U. We'll take ref now, 132. Still right on the money, and looking good there. Yoke so. That's a glide path intercept. 3 degrees. We'll check and maintain that. Give ourselves a wind check. Still the same, 330 at 70 altimeter is 299.1. We're set there. I see white over red. We've got the runway. We should be able to set 5,000 for the mist. Trying to make sure it's still gonna keep me in the descent. Yeah, okay. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't, and I roll up to the mist and I get screwed. Alright, full flaps indicated. Landing gear 3 green. Men's set, missed approach set, on speed, on path. No cross-track vertical deviation errors. We'll continue. 2.2 for 1490. White over red, runway environment looks good. 1,000 check. Our men's line right here. We'll probably take over somewhere around 500. So far I got no winds right now. Not going to complain about that. I don't think that's entirely accurate though. My center line's pretty much right here. 500 check, continue.
Approaching minimums.
Approaching minimums will take over here shortly. My airplane. Minimums, landing, my throttles. I think I slammed it. Not good. Kind of pancake that. brakes. Speed brakes in. That was not the greatest. And there's no coast in the 3.7. As you can tell, my frames are pretty bad here. We're going to go all the way to Charlie. We'll clear there. Turn on the APU. Flaps can come up. Anybody catch my landing rate there? Pretty sure it was like 500 or something. Pretty bad. Frame rates are just eating me up. We can turn off the turn-off lights. Alright, let's get our gate assignment here, and for some reason, if you see me fighting the taxi, it's because it still pulls me to the right. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's an FSU IPC thing, or what. Oh, shoot. Too small. Why that was too small. Bravo 6 is fine. Peter, it's Prepare 3D version 4 to version 4.2, and this is FS Dream Team's Phoenix. And believe it or not, I'm just running off of like a 3-year-old Asus ROG laptop, so it's got a GeForce 880 in it, so it's pretty old by any standard. Alright, so here we are here. There's our gear. Of course, the service trucks have to come out right now. It's alright, we'll run them over. Thanks. Liveries by John Tavendale. He's been in the community forever. Great guy. See if I can park this thing now. I've got the tiller linked to my X56 throttle rotary. That's horrible. The problem is there's no coast with the PMDG. Wow. What's it doing? GSX does not have this configured right at all. So let's turn on some lightage here. And, whoops, put us on APU gens. APU bleed can come on. We can shut down. We'll establish ground power. Chocks are set. Jetway plugs are in. We can come off brake. That wasn't very good parking. Yeah, no kidding. Pretty much sucked. We can request deboarding. It's got a SODI jetway here at least, huh? It's gonna be interesting to see how this works, man. I just pulled the frick right. Pretty much pulled up right in there, didn't I? Let's open our doors. Let's finish shutting down. Thank you, thank you. Anti-cold can come off. Needles can come off. Alright guys, welcome to Sky Harbor. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, we'll start that stream tomorrow around 17Z. We'll pick it up from Phoenix, and we'll just kind of decide where we're going to go from there once we get going there. So, but glad you all enjoyed it. Thanks for all the subs. Thanks for tuning in. All that great stuff. And we'll cut it off here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. So, take care.